Hello everyone, welcome back to another first look. We're let's playing The Hand of Glory, the demo today. And if you take a look at the art style, it's already pretty amazing. It's like, it probably is all hand-drawn. Let's just start a new game and see what the game will give us.
This story begins where many others generally end. At the time, I worked for a detective agency known as HPD, but I couldn't know then what the acronym really meant. I don't think I ever really knew. For a few months, I'd been on the trail of the man the press not very originally renamed Blowtorch. A clue led me to the extreme outskirts of Miami, in a little out-of-the-way suburb that smelled like rotten fish.
Operator, the caller you have dialed is unavailable. Do you want to leave a message?
Bundy, knock it off. Judging from the traffic noise, I'd say you disobeyed my orders.
Hey, I just went out for a ride on my bike. What's the harm?
At 10 in the evening, I told you to stay home. The case is ours. We're already racing to the scene of the tip-off.
But the cavalry's already here, boss. Let me find one of those clues that Blowtorch left for me. We will stop the next murder before you even divorce your third wife.
I'm on my fourth, Bundy, and I will never understand why that killer keeps leaving clues just for you.
Do you need to ask? Because I'm his archenemy, his nemesis, his worst nightmare.
More like he enjoys leaving you every time grasping a handful of air.
Oh yeah. Remind me again, old man. Who stopped the Puerto Rican surgeon and the arsonist of the southeast coast? And what about the...
All old news, Bundy. You haven't caught a break for a long time. And for months you've been following Blowtorch without any results. Why don't you go on holiday and let us do the work?
I'm in Miami, dude. Working here is a holiday.
I'm serious, Lars. Give it up.
Listen, boss. I will limit myself to a stealth approach. Identify the victim's flat, I write everything down, smoke a cigarette, admire the skyline, and wait for reinforcements. No shootout planned.
That would be difficult, since you never carry a gun with you.
Well, once a chick told me that the weapon at my side makes me clumsy.
Don't cause any shit, Bundy. We'll be there in a short while.
Okay. That means I have a short while to solve this case.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Bundy, don't screw things up, or I swear...
At previous crime scenes, we always found a letter addressed to me, abandoned in the mailboxes. This time, maybe, I would be able to find that letter before the crime was committed. But I had to hurry.
Okay, so a couple of things that stand out for me is, like I said, the art style, hand-drawn, pretty amazing. The animations could use a little bit of thing, like when he parked his bike there, that was a little bit weirdish, and when his eyes shifted. Then again, I did like the police lights flashing blue and red on the commissioner's face there. That's an amount of detail that I like. The voice acting, also pretty cool, but then the typos. The commissioner was talking about a holy day. I was like, okay, well, maybe the dev is not a Native English speaking person, so that's the thing. But the next sentence said by the protagonist was holiday. So what was going on there? The Y is it next to the I? Anyways, that's all I have to whine about right now. Let's click around.
Bikes don't have a feet of park.
Okay.
Or maybe they do. But I'd have canceled my own ticket anyway. As much as I loved wandering around on green dart in the middle of the night, I had work to do.
Yeah, you do. But this walking animation is pretty awesome, though.
I couldn't buzz the whole building without a clue.
Yeah, that's right. Is there anything here? Nothing. Exit. This all works.
I looked at the various mailboxes and found what I was looking for. An abandoned envelope with no writing or stamps. The only problem remaining was how to open the mailbox.
I don't know.
The door was one of those you could only open through an electric impulse. I wouldn't be able to force it open, even if it was a normal model. I've always been a washout as a burglar.
Low gate. Can we... let's not interact with the gate
That stuff
yet.
tasted like chewing gum stuck under a desk for a month. I know that because at school I never had the money for snacks, so I picked up those.
Oh, disgusting. What else is there? Nothing. Yeah, okay. Low gate. Let's hop over.
The alley led around the building to the right. Before examining the area, though, I had to make sure I was in the right place.
What does the right click do?
The name on the button told me absolutely nothing. The name on the button. A telephone number erased unceremoniously. It was surely the joke of some happy-go-lucky prankster. I love making prank calls, but this really wasn't the right moment.
Stupid.
The inscription implied that J.J. Urham was stupid. I was tempted to buzz to verify. I couldn't buzz the whole building.
Okay.
I could use it to establish the alleged stupidity of J.J. Urham, but nothing else.
Man, those details here. That smiley?
Someone left a stupid smiley on the intercom. Someone left a stupid smiley.
Yeah? What about that?
Mural signed P. Gold. I saw many others like that around the city. It wouldn't help me in any way.
Okay, but can we
Someone left a
press that button?
buzz the whole bit.
We actually need a clue. And,
It was equipped with a normal lock. Very easy to destroy with a minimum of sheer force.
okay. Let's interact with the parking meter.
An antique and horrible coin eater.
Guess not. The green dart.
My green dart. A little engineering jewel made in Italy. In addition to being marvelous, it had a handy flask on the front, which I used for basically everything. Normally I would have filled it with scotch, but I didn't want to find myself in Orlando investigating the red whale again. Like last time.
What? There's a ladder. Oh, ho, ho.
I didn't need to make the ladder come down. The ladder was too high for me to reach it, and that kind of model was equipped with a security lock too.
Dang
I
it.
couldn't even see it from where I stood.
Let's use the vending machine then.
It's Frizzo's vending machine. The worst cola ever tasted by a human being. The engine was working though, although the machine wasn't active anymore. I could sense its warmth.
Is there anything else? Oh,
Here's what the taxpayers' money was being used for. I thought it was better to leave before causing some serious damage to the sidewalk.
and how about you just pick it up?
The conditions of that sidewalk were getting worse.
Okay.
The stone
There.
bigger than the others just fell off the sidewalk. And who was I not to accept the kind gifts from Providence?
Exactly. Pick up that rock so we can bash open that mailbox. I think that's what...
I could certainly have managed to open the mailbox by throwing rocks at it, but it would have woken the entire neighborhood up.
Okay, what about the door?
I didn't understand how that could possibly help me.
Me neither. How about the vending machine?
In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution to me.
Okay, how about the fire escape ladder?
I didn't need to make the ladder come.
Man, come on.
It was equipped with a normal lock. Very...
Then,
It was equipped with a... Nevertheless.
wait,
It
what?
was equipped with... Nevertheless.
Then use a rock.
I could certainly have managed to open the mailbox by throwing rocks at it, but it would have woken the entire neighborhood.
Okay, what about the low gate? Then use it on the low gate.
Times, my obsession with using random items didn't lead anywhere.
Pawn shop window. Coin laundry window. Nope. Nope. Seems like we're stuck.
Stuff tasted like chew. I know that because it's...
Wait a minute. Can we use it on the parking meter perhaps to get some coins to put in the vending machine?
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Well, maybe not then.
I didn't understand how that could possibly help me.
I have no idea.
An antique and... Or maybe they do.
Yeah, so there's Wait, is there something? Is there like a very pixel thing that we need to find? Where there's a coin on the floor? Yeah, I think I explored everything. It's a fun little game, but on the first screen, I have no idea what I'm doing. I got a rock. Let's use it on the intercom. It's the only thing we
to look for another solution.
haven't tried.
No matter how hard I tried.
What do you want me to do?
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Maybe not then. Maybe not. There's nothing. We can't go there. We can't go there. We can't go there. This is actually the one screen that we're on, and I'm already stuck. There's a letter in the mailbox that I want to open. Can I use the mobile on it?
It was an indestructible model, but I still didn't want to use it as a chisel.
Was it the Nokia? Intercoms?
Sometimes, my obsession...
What do I do?
It
Wait.
My badge wasn't exactly the right tool to wedge this open with, but it was worth a try.
Oh!
The only thing I accomplished was jamming the badge into the narrow crack above the mailbox.
Let's use the rock now then.
The way it was stuck, the badge would act as a chisel.
There!
As usual, the letter was ripped and written with invisible ink. I was sure I had some Scotch tape somewhere. Well, I'd have to think about the invisible ink later.
We don't have Scotch tape. Or is it in our green dart? Oh, in the flask.
Maybe there was still something useful in Green Dart's flask. Hey, there really was some Scotch after all. Scotch tape, I mean.
Okay.
I would have stuck the Scotch tape in the back of the letter, so as to obtain the best readability.
And there's a...
Always hated puzzles.
Cool. There's a mini puzzle. That is pretty neat. So that fits there. That looks like a
If I
bottom
have to
thing.
waste time with this,
Yeah, you do, and it's fun.
I hate this stuff.
Stop whining. It's fun. I like these kinds of
Once I
puzzles.
received a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle as a present. I sold
You go there. It's a horsey. Why is it a horsey?
It wasn't
There.
as difficult as I feared. At that point, I just had to find a way to read the message hidden in the letter.
Yeah, and that's why we need...
Remember that to reveal invisible ink, you just have to warm it.
Okay.
Can I find a source of heat that late at night?
Well, we already figured that out. There, the vending machine. The engine is... Or the motor is warm.
The vending machine's engine emitted a faint heat, maybe intense enough to show the hidden writing on the letter. And first, nothing happened. I was about to give up when it happened. The first characters appeared. The letter corresponded in every way with the ones found before. Supportive tone, an apparent desire to support the police force, then laced with a sudden temper tantrum hinting at a killing frenzy. I had to dig into this, looking for clues.
Okay, to the kind attention of Detective Bundy, I am deeply disappointed, Detective, by the incompetence with which you are dealing with the case of the fanatic killer known as Blowtorch. As a citizen and regular taxpayer, I'm worried about my safety, so much that I decided to help you get your thoughts. What do we know about him then? He's male, of course. Just between us, a sissy couldn't create a similar masterpiece, right? Did you see the accuracy with which the eyes of that poor girl were extracted from their sockets without corrupting the flesh around it? With a blowtorch, for Christ's sake. This leads one to assume a certain craftsmanship. Is he an artist? Maybe a painter? So my last letter, I suggest a plumber. Nobody ever thinks of the plumber, with all this obsession over butlers. Now we know his initials. Thing that would be enough for a detective with a reputation high as a skyscraper like you. Fondly, a normal citizen taxpayer. I see a smiley here.
Face. In his earlier letters, Blowtorch never left anything similar. I took a mental note. That smile left on the letter, and the one on the intercom were identical. So I could rule out a simple coincidence. I had just identified the apartment I was looking for.
Absolutely.
guess Blowtorch tried to be fun. The
Wait,
last pair of...
wait.
Blowtorch's tone ranged from disappointment to encouragement, with a barely concealed desire for recognition. The forensic guys had no doubt about the gender of the killer just after the first murder. The reason for their certainty wasn't the accuracy of the burns, so much as the various bruises found on the bodies, which displayed extraordinary force. The usual outburst in the middle of a letter that until then seemed thoughtful and balanced. Then I saw the emoticon at the end of the paragraph. That was new. I guess Blowtorch tried to be funny at times, the only result being to appear even creepier. The last paragraph was surely hiding a clue. The murderer was even directing us to a specific profession. The initials in the last paragraph were found in the previous letter, but they were too vague a clue to narrow down the scope of the investigation. The usual closing format. Blowtorch constantly described himself as a normal citizen and a regular taxpayer. I don't know why, but that format made me mad. The letters were always kindly addressed to me.
Okay, so let's buzz that smiley thing then. The apartment.
The apartment was registered to a certain G. Glover. I hoped I got there in time.
Uh-oh. Second scene. Hello?
Yes? Who is it?
I'm Detective Bundy from HPD. If you don't mind, I need to ask you some questions. He didn't answer immediately. Moments of total silence passed, during which I thought he had hung up.
Sorry for the hesitation, but I really don't understand what you would want from me. I'm just a normal citizen who...
Yes, of course. But I really need, and I mean really need, to talk to you. With a certain urgency, too. Can you open the front door?
I hate to be a killjoy, but you have a warrant. I don't want to get into trouble with my landlord.
You know what? I guess I forgot it in my other hand. Anyway, I already told you that...
Listen, the landlord is a real pain in the ass, and I don't want any trouble.
If it's such a big deal, you won't have any problem coming back with a warrant. Good night. In my entire career, I had never been mistreated like that by someone I had to protect. Despite the fact that the guy was an idiot, I couldn't let him be killed in cold blood. Besides the front door, the only visible way in seemed to be the fire escape above.
Okay, so now we have to do the fire escape ladder.
Been the perfect way in, but
What about the low gate now? Can we
maybe
go around?
in the alley, I would find alternative access to the building.
What? Excuse me. How? How did you go in there and you came from
Jumping
what?
from that roof would be very Hollywood style, but I would have broken my neck.
Okay, maybe we can throw the rock now then?
In that moment, I thought of the hundreds of baseball games I'd seen while living in America, and I had a real moment of epiphany. The greatest champions in history were looking at me from the sky, cheering for me and waving their arms. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the newest member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, Lazarus Stonearm Bundy! Give it up for the only, the incomparable, Lazarus Bundy!
That was pretty awesome though. I would have missed it. And he comes back from the low gate. It's okay. I'm kind of expecting this to be the end of the demo though. But I really like... No.
Lazarus Bundy in my place. Who'd have thought it?
Here's my man. All 7'5" of a man, to be exact. Well, so much the better. If things got out of hand, he could protect me.
Lazarus Bundy, what are you doing? I still had some surprises in store for you. Instead, it's already time to put an end to our game.
Wait, are you the...
Just then, I knew I misunderstood the whole situation.
Yeah. He's the main villain.
Not a word.
Things went down dramatically. I had no gun, as always, and I had to deal with a mastodon ready to kill his next victim. Burton would surely arrive with backup shortly after. But, how shortly? Moreover, we were convinced we had to protect the man who instead just revealed himself to be the monster we were hunting. I thought of sending a text to warn him, but I had no credit on my phone, having accidentally subscribed to a live weather service. I was in more danger than ever. But at least I knew the weather was fine in Baltimore. One thing was for sure. I couldn't wait anymore.
Oh, we still need to play. Okay. Girl tied up.
Freeing the girl was going to be way more difficult than that. The leftovers were inviting, but useless. The bottle, though, caught my attention.
What can we do with the bottle?
It wasn't her head I should break the bottle.
Oh.
That beast towered over me. But a bottle in the right spot would put anyone to sleep. I had to hold my breath. The slightest noise would betray me.
Are we inside? Oh, no, we aren't. Well, okay.
Never mind.
Can we get the bottle now?
With bare hands, I would barely be able to take...
What the fuck?
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness, that is dark. Right, so that's a timed thing then.
I told you to close that sewer hole, you slut. If I
Excuse
hear
me?
even one more whisper, I'll be forced to use more brutal methods than usual. Is that clear?
I hope so. Can I get the bottle now?
Freeing the girl was going to be...
Yeah, more difficult than that. I know. What can we do? Turn on the TV.
channel right now. I wanted to see how the movie ended. I just have gone from the frying pan into the fire.
Lamp?
Trying to use the lamp as a makeshift weapon would have meant walking the entire length of the room twice.
Okay.
If I wanted to die, I could have found a more glorious method, such as jumping out naked after drawing a target on my face.
So the lamp is not to be used there, but
Better think about it.
I'm gonna use it on everything.
I started to come up with something, but I couldn't completely focus.
I can't imagine.
Breaking his TV would have been ecstasy, but not enough to put my neck on the line.
I know. So what do we need a lamp for?
Trying to use the lamp, but wanted to die?
I understand. So the lamp is... What can we do?
Freeing the girl was...
Yeah, more difficult than that. That's not a thing. TV's not a thing. There's blowtorch. Is there anything else here?
Showing her my badge would have been pointless. In her situation, she would have accepted a garbage man as her savior. A strong show of authoritative force would have pushed him to withdraw. Maybe it would have led to a beating.
Yeah, that's not gonna help either. Let's use the phone.
I was all out of ideas.
Oh, I don't have any credits, right? So we need to use the lamp, but on what?
I just have... Freeing
That's not
the
gonna...
girl would-
Yeah, that's not gonna help. TV's not gonna help. The lamp, we got something, but... Wait,
With bare hands.
okay. No tickle. We're missing out on something. But I don't know what it is. Can't use the bottle. What are we missing? What the hell are we missing? Blowtorch is there. We cannot get from underneath it. We need to use the lamp on something, but what?
You left the storage room open. You left the storage room... I just have... She was gagged and strung up like a sausage. But above all, she was busty. This further increased my desire to save her. The TV was silently showing a vintage spaghetti western. My eyes saw the lamp. My brain translated it as good makeshift weapon. The beast was busy in a one-sided conversation. All he did was grumble. Apparently he became chatty only when it came time to write me letters.
I don't think that's the person that wrote your letters, though.
He left the storage room open.
Yeah, so what can we do there then? Do we need to do another pixel hunt?
I just have gone from the frying pan. I started to come up with something. Sometimes trying to use the lamp as a makeshift weapon. But
So?
wanted to die.
Man, why is there pixel hunting? What am I missing? I'm missing something, but I can't figure out what. Also, my leg is starting to hurt because I'm not sitting in the most comfortable position right now. I don't know what we can do here. I don't know. And I don't want to try out everything for another 30 minutes, so even though it is a demo, I think we're gonna leave it here. We've seen enough of the game to know that it's actually a noir type kind of detective kind of point and click adventure game. So I'm not sure if the game has already been released at this current point, but the demo is free on Steam. The link is down in the description, so if you want to know how it ends, just go to Steam and install the game. And let me know down in the comments how it ends, because I really would like to know, but I have to put an end to it all right now. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.